welcome back to another episode of the Covered 2 podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Lawson Turner, as always. Another video, another basketball game to go over, another Celtics win, and another Indiana Pacers choke job. The Celtics complete the sweep last night as they win Game 4, 105 to 102 behind a Derek White game-winning three with 45 seconds left as Boston once again comes back from down in the fourth quarter, multiple possessions, and just the second Tyrese Halliburton went down at the end of game two, and he missed game three, and the Pacers were up 18. I want to say they were up 18, and Boston just whittled it back, and then ended up taking game three. I'm like, well, it's gonna be really hard for Indiana to bounce back from no Tyrese Halliburton and then blowing a double digit lead in game three at home. A place that they had been undefeated throughout this entire postseason. But let's dive into the Boston Celtics. Derek White finished the game with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals, 3 blocks. He was everywhere. And like I mentioned, he hit the game winning three with 45 seconds left. Jaylen Brown will go on to win Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and he had 29 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block in last night's game. I thought he was awesome, and he's been awesome all series long, including the 40 bomb in game 2, which kind of gave him the nod over Jason Tatum as he gets the majority of the votes 5-4. Jason Tatum had a good overall game, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal. He wasn't as efficient as we like, but for everything that we wanted him to be on the offensive end, efficiency wise, he was just as good on the defensive end. Drew Holiday, for a fantastic bounce back game, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and had the giant offensive rebound with 7 seconds left as the Pacers needed to get a stop. They got it, but Drew Holiday just outjumped everybody, rebounded, and that was all she wrote. Now let's dive into the Indiana Pacers. Andrew Nembhard is I don't know how to describe. It's a perfect role, and the fact that he down Tyrese Halliburton down 0-2 in game 3 has that awesome 30-point performance, and then follows it up with this performance: 24 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists in a must-win game. Now they did end up losing, but for Pacer fans, I would be happy with what I saw in games 3 and in game 4 last night from Andrew Nembhard. So if Tyrese Halliburton goes down, there's not really much to fear. TJ McConnell had a little bit of a regression to the mean, coming back in or coming down from his game 3 masterclass performance. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in last night's loss. Pascal Siakam, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Miles Turner was a no-show. I'm not going to say like he was in game 3, but we saw in game 1 he was really good. Game 2, dud. Game 3, really good. Game 4, dud. So it amazed me when they needed Miles Turner. Like, Miles Turner is your modern day stretch. Good shot blocker, good size to defend the rim, and can shoot the ball from three. And he's a good enough screen setter. But the whole turning point for me was from the 5:36 mark to the 45-second mark. Boston closed the fourth quarter out on a 15-4 run. Indiana led in bench scoring, 34-10. They lost the turnover battle 14-11, which Boston capitalized on 9 points off those 14 turnovers, while the Celtics only committed 11 turnovers and Indiana scored 11 points off those turnovers. This whole game was back and forth. It was close all the way to the end. Indiana actually won the free throw battle. They took two more and made they took two more total free throws and made one more than Boston. Boston won the 3-point line by 12 as Indiana once again that they won the field goal percentage, they won the 3-point percentage, they won the free throw battle, they won a lot of these categories that are just important, but they just ran into a team that it seemed the destined and the safest bet of the sports world this year was Boston to reach the finals. Now, I'll be doing a deep dive into the Boston Celtics before the finals start on their road, but it doesn't matter how their road was. All that matters is that they're here. They complete the sweep of the Indiana Pacers and they punch their ticket to the NBA Finals. Well, that's all I have for you guys in this episode of the Cover 2 podcast. Be sure to check us out on Twitter at the Cover 2 Pod 26. 2 on Twitter is spelled TO. Link will also be in the description to make it a little bit easier to find. Like I mentioned, that's all I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Lawson Turner for the Cover 2 podcast, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.